Hi friends, it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and welcome to episode 20, final episode of Washi Wednesdays. So there will be an announcement video up on Friday with announcement for my next series, and a few of you have reached out and desperately asking, what is it going to be? But you're going to only have to wait until Friday to find out. And it starts next week. You'll have to excuse me because I am getting over a terrible bug that I had last week. It was flu and it's still lingering around. So it's not going to be the best voiceover, so apologies. But I will try and work my way through it. So what am I going to do with Washi this week? Well, I was going to do, I was inspired by the Paige Evans Pick Me Up collection, I think, and in there was on the sticker sheet there were these little photo frames with pegs above, and I thought that'd be a brilliant idea. However, pegs on scrapbook layouts are very bulky, and they'll bulk the album out, and I thought, well, I'm going to take the idea of having almost like a washing line across the page, and then I'm going to attach these frames that I've punched out from my punch board to this washing line. So I'm just using my tiny attacher to do 3 strings backwards and forwards across the page. You could use something else to attach them to the page if you'd prefer, but I quite like the look of them being stapled on, and they're secure as well then. And if you use glue, you tend to get glue everywhere, and I chose to go with a solid cardstock background in blue rather than white, which is my trusty favourite. I thought I'd mix it up and try something different. So here comes the washi. So I've used the Glitter Girl collection again for this one. I'm almost finished it, thankfully. So all I'm doing on this is I'm just looping the washi tape. I nearly said looping the washing line. Looping the washi tape over the twine, and I'm cutting it down into a banner shape. That is as simple as it's going to get. So these washi tapes here, they're not from the collection. These are just washi tapes that coordinate with the colours in the collection. And I'm going to do a mixture of longer and shorter banners. I'm going to do a couple that are just slanted at the bottom. You'll see that in a second. And yeah, so I add some to the top row. Apologies, train going past. Not that I'm drawing your attention to it, but it annoys me, so apologies for that. As I said, I am moving very shortly, so you're no longer going to have to hear me go train, or you might enjoy it, or perhaps we could play a little game. Actually, if you listen to any of my videos and you can hear the train, just leave me a comment down below that says train. So anyway, enough of that. Back to the layout. All I'm doing here is I'm just popping those washi tape banners up on with some foam just to give them some dimension off the layout. And I'm just going to bring my frames back in. So I'm not too sure how I want the frames to look attached to the layout. So first of all, I'm just going to cut round the photograph. Don't worry, these are digital printed ones, so I can always reprint. I always get a bit funny about cutting down photos. And I'm just going to use some Tombow glue to stick the frame to the photograph. So this particular layout is a layout about my husband and my nephew. I can't believe my nephew is 13 years old this year, and he must have been 4, maybe 5 in some of these photos. And they're all from different events, so there's no one particular theme to this layout, but it's just going to be photographs of my husband and my nephew together, and I'll make a cheeky little appearance in that photo as well. And yeah, I just wanted to document. I mean, these photos they'll never make a layout of their own. They're not of one particular event, and so I thought I'd do a layout about how, their relationship, and how I think that he's a really good uncle to him. So I'm attaching that first one with some staples. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to add some glue to this one and stick it to the back of the cardstock. There we go. And then I think I tiny attached that bottom one in as well. And you'll see me there just pulling that twine, just straightening it up, because it's a little bit out of line where I put the washi tape on, but it's not too much of a problem. Just going to add some washi tape over there so it looks like that's how it's being stuck down. But we both know it's not. We know it's got some glue on the back. And again, just some tiny attacher staples into that one. And just a little bit of wet glue underneath just so it doesn't go anywhere. And then that middle one was a little bit of a consideration. I wasn't too sure how I wanted to attach it down. I didn't want any more staples in the layout. There were enough staples on there. And also you can't, well, you can use your tiny attacher to staple in the middle of the page, but it's such a faff. So I just thought I'll glue it down. And I'll do the same as what I did on that right one. I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape to that as well. And who says you can't use pink on a boy layout? There's only such a small amount of it, and it's coordinating with the colours in, especially that white paper, the white spotty paper in the middle. So I've dragged out some ephemera. I'm not too sure why I've cut that out, but you can see there the icicle, the ice lollipop, the today's the best ever, the ice cream down the bottom, and a couple of the cameras at the top there. Just something on each photo. And then I'm using these word thickers, one that says awesome and one that says rad. And I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom here. And just popping that underneath the twine. And next on to the stickers, I'm just going to try see if this purple camera sticker is going to work. And I don't like it in any position, so that doesn't make it onto the layout. But I do come in with a sticker from the sticker pack. And I think the ice cream is the only one that actually makes it onto this layout. And then I use the Chamel Glitter Girl sticker book to bring in some other elements. So some of these little word sentiments. I love adding this sort of thing to layouts. Just the odd word or a couple of words here and there. Especially because in here I've got sort of pops of purple. There isn't really anything up on that photo in the top left with purple on. So just use that Today Rocks. Bringing in some of these little stars as well, which all coordinate. And apologies, the layout is off the top of the screen. It does come back in shot in a second, so you can see the full thing. And yeah, just some speech bubbles as well. I realised afterwards I added 2 that says you are super. But I suppose that's 1 each, really. So I really love these sticker books. They're brilliant. If you haven't seen the flick through of the sticker books, then there is a video in the product showcase playlist of the sticker books, so do go ahead and take a look, because I do give you a flick through of the whole book, along with all the other American crafts, apart from the Jen Hadfield one, which I have bought and has arrived, so I might do a separate video on that one if there is of any interest. So finally, on to the enamel dots. This is the last element I add to the page, and I just cluster those up to the top right of each of those 3 outer photos. And the last thing I do, it's going to shock you, is I add some journaling. So I do it in a white pen because it will pop on this background. I add some journaling lines in just to help keep my journaling nice and straight. And this is pretty much the layout done. So I just wanted to thank you all very much for your kind words and support for Washi Wednesdays. It may well be back at some stage in the future, who knows, but I'm hoping that you're looking forward to the next series, and I'm working very, very hard on that at the moment. So yes, thank you all very much for liking, commenting and subscribing to my channel. If you're new, hi, come and join us, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all very, very soon for the announcement video on Friday. Love you all. Bye.